In question 3, part B, we are having to remove a column. So like here, we have to pretend that this column no longer exists. So we would have to shift over this 4 and has to shift over to this spot. We aren't going to physically move. We aren't physically moving the location, but instead, I'm taking the column entry data and changing it to 3. So stuff from column 1 would be removed from my list of entries, and the column 2 and more needs their elements changed. A thing to remember, and since these are immutable, we have to construct a new item to replace it. It also mentions that the order doesn't matter, so we could just remove the entry here, this entry, and replace it with another one here. So in our code, we are starting with, we have to first go through our list, and we do this using a for loop of for int I equals entries dot size minus 1. I is greater than or equal to 0, semicolon I minus minus. And this will be calling the list backwards, so that when I call entries dot remove, it would not be skipping all the values. So in this loop, I have to first get the element out of the list by using sparse array entry equals entries dot get I. Next, we have to check the element column, and we do this by if entry dot get column equals column, we would entries dot, and then we would want to remove it from the list. So I would write entries dot remove whatever in the whatever is that position I. And then else, if we need to not only check that at the column, at what is at the column, but if it was beyond the column. We do this if entry dot get column is greater than column. Then I need to change this column, so the one before it would be done, and this would be done by entries dot set I new sparse array, and inside we would get the row, get column minus 1, and entry dot get value, and then we would have num codes minus minus. So I have now replaced the element in the entries with the new element. So we had used num codes at least once, and we had accessed all elements of entries using a for loop, and it identifies and removes entries with column index here, and proceeds to and processes entries with column index greater than column within loop. This was done with the else if, and it creates a new sparse array entries with the current, and we do that with the current row, column, and the current value. And it also replaces entry with the column index greater than col with create array. And all the entries with col have been removed, and only entries with column index greater than col have been changed to column index -1, and all other entries are unchanged. Should end with here. So in comparison with College Board, ours are also the same this time.